Hey guys, Brian here at home, and I just wanted to make a quick video about all of the things that you can track in your record. So I think my last video was a video on the importance of maintaining accurate records, an accurate nutrition log, an accurate workout journal, and accurate assessments of your body weight, your body fat percentage, your muscle mass, your waist to hip ratio, all these different things that you can track. And the last video was specifically about the importance of maintaining an accurate workout journal. But there are lots of other things that can be tracked and that need to be tracked accurately if you are to make progress towards whatever goals you have set for yourself. And this video is just kind of going to be a zoom out of that principle of tracking your progress according to different standards. So all of these different metrics that we can track, this is what really makes personal training personal. And this is why it's so difficult to give blanket advice. People want to ask, what should I be lifting? How often should I be lifting it? And what should I eat? And how often should I eat? And what types of food? Should I go low carb? Should I go low fat? Should I go high fat? How much protein do I need? How much weight do I need to lose? Do I even need to lose weight? Maybe you're already pretty lean. You shouldn't be losing weight. You should be gaining weight. You want it to go the other way. There are all kinds of reasons for why people will start to train and why people will start to change their eating habits and do different things. And this makes the training and the nutrition protocols that they get from any personal trainer worth their salt very personalized and very specific to that individual and very specific to the goals that they have set for a particular time period. They may change their goals later. So I just want to dive into some of these things that you can track to give you some ideas for things you might want to track in your own records. So let's start with different goals. Some people have different goals. So some people are trying to alter their body composition. This could be somebody trying to lose weight, like they're overweight and they're trying to lose weight. So they are very concerned with their weight, right? So they're very concerned with their weight, and they just want the number on the scale to go down. And they're not particularly concerned if that's body fat or muscle mass or bone density. They don't care where the weight comes from as long as the number on the scale goes down. That's their primary goal. And that goal could be further refined to track not just weight, but body fat percentage. So if you're tracking your body fat percentage, I think that would be a sort of a more refined goal. So you're not just tracking your weight, you're tracking your body fat percentage, and you want that to go down. So like, you want your body fat percentage to go down, but maybe you want your muscle mass to go up. You know, that's pretty ideal. And still, there are others, like bodybuilders, that would like greater muscle definition. So what they're tracking are like aesthetics. Let's see if I can spell aesthetics. So I think that's spelled right. And so they're concerned with the size of their muscles and with the appearance of their muscles, the definition of the muscle, which generally means that they want bigger muscles and they want lower body fat percentage in order to reveal the definition of their muscles. How else can someone be concerned about body composition? Okay, so there could be martial artists, so Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or wrestlers or boxers or MMA fighters. They're very concerned with weight. They're either trying to take their weight up so that they can be more of a threat in the ring or in the arena, or they're trying to take their weight down so that they can get into a lower weight class. You know, maybe they weigh 180 and they're going to have to fight in that particular weight class, but they can't go, they're going to have difficulty if they go against someone who is like 212 pounds. Guy's got like 32 pounds on him. They want their weight to, they either want their weight to go up so that they can be a better contender with someone who outweighs them, or they want to try to get their weight down so they can be the heaviest they can be in a lower weight class. Right? They want to tweak their weight for an advantage in their sport. So speaking of sports, sometimes people are tracking their performance. Sometimes it's performance-based and it's not necessarily about body composition. And a principal example of this is the strongman competitions. So there are people who just want their strength to go up. So strength. And they don't care how fat they have to get in order to enhance their performance. So you'll see a lot of strongmen competing in like competitions to see who can deadlift the most and who can squat the most and who can pull a train and who can, you know, hurl these pianos filled with molten lead into that third-story window. And they just want to be strong. They don't give a damn if their body fat percentage goes up and if their weight goes up. They're not concerned with that. Still, other people might be runners, and so they might be concerned with run times. So you can track run times. Runners will track their run times. Swimmers may track their lap times. So running and also lap times. And so since they're a swimmer, they're not particularly concerned about their bone density, right? One of the most common effects of long-term endurance activities like swimming is that you start to lose bone density. This is pretty well documented. But they're not really concerned about this. Endurance runners tend to lose a lot of muscle mass, but they're not concerned, right? They're after performance. Strength trainers tend to gain a lot of weight. You don't have to, but you know, when you dirty bulk, you gain a lot of strength, but you also get bigger. But they're not concerned. They're performance-based. Still, freedivers. So freedivers might be concerned with their breath hold, right? One breath, one dive, right? Freedivers, they take one deep breath and they go down. And how long you can hold your breath, pretty important to them. And so that might be something that they would choose to track. And so part of their training program might be breath holding. It may have nothing to do with some of these other things. Still, other people may be tracking health. So over here for health, some people don't really care what their body looks like or how their body performs per se, but what they do care about is reducing the inflammation that affects like things like their arthritis. So some people have inflammation. And so they're really concerned about the effects or the correlation between like inflammation and heart disease. They are concerned about arthritis, which is the inflammation of a joint. And so they want to bring inflammation down. And so they want to train and tweak their nutrition for these reasons. Still, other people are concerned about their blood sugar, right? Their A1C. Their A1C is high enough to make them pre-diabetic, and they really would rather not graduate to type 2 diabetes, and so they are interested in low-carb diets in order to bring their A1C down. Some people, along with that, track their fasting glucose. So fasting glucose is important to them, right? People going on a ketogenic diet, people who are going so low-carb that they are trying to put themselves in a state of ketosis. They are concerned with testing their blood levels of beta hydroxybutyrate. Some people who are overweight, knowing that it's going to be a while before they see their body fat percentage drop and knowing that it's going to be a while before they reach these aesthetic goals, they will choose to track their triglycerides, right? They'll choose to do blood work. Triglycerides. So they want to see their triglycerides go down. Some people are tracking their cholesterol, right? Cholesterol. What's another really good metric? So inflammation is often tracked by something called a C-reactive protein, CRP, right? And so these are just a few of the metrics that you can track. Another thing that kind of goes both ways for health and for body composition is tracking a waist to hip ratio. Hip ratio. So you might be concerned with your waist to hip ratio, right? Which is, you measure your waist, you measure your hip, you divide them into each other, and you get a number hopefully less than 1. And the closer you get to 1, the greater your waist to hip ratio is, the more we can be sure that you are insulin insensitive and that you are trending towards diabetes. And so sometimes people will track that. Performance. Sometimes people are concerned with their metabolisms. They might track that, that work to rest ratio that I talked about in another video, which is a measurement of how much work you do in a given period of time. So that might be important to some people. But there are all kinds of reasons for tracking all kinds of things. And some of these things go together and some of these things don't really work very well with each other. And you could track all these things, or you could only select a few of these. But depending on your goals depends on what you should track, and will depend on the way you want it to go, which will determine what you need to do. I mean, if you want your weight to go up, you need a calorie surplus. If you want your weight to go down, you need a calorie deficit. But if you want your weight to go down and you want to lower your A1C, you need to reduce the amount of glucose that you're putting into your body. So you need to go lower carb. But this does not necessarily mean that you need to go so low that your body's producing beta-hydroxybutyrate. You may not need to go that low. If you are concerned about your aesthetics, it's a great idea to reduce your body fat and to strength train, right? If you are concerned about getting bigger muscles, you need to lift weights. If you are concerned with not only getting stronger but also reducing your body fat, you need to create a bit of a calorie deficit in order to lose that fat. But if you create too great of a calorie deficit, then your aesthetics will suffer. Your body will start to cannibalize protein because your calorie deficit is too great. And then your performance in the gym is going to go down. So some of these goals are related. And they hook in very well with each other. And it's really a fine balancing act to figure out what the plan is to reach these goals. And this is why people will hire a personal trainer to help them figure all this out and to navigate the sometimes murky waters of health and fitness. So this video has been a bit shorter than my usual ones, but this is just to give you some kind of things to think about for your own journal and for your own records and what you would like to track. So yeah, I hope this has given you some ideas. I feel like there's something else that I wanted to say, but I can't quite think about it. I mean, of course, you can track protein, fats, and carbs, and you can track all your macronutrients, which is going to help with all this. Now, I think that's it. I think that's all that I've got. Just take these ideas and stew on them for a little bit, and come up with your own program for yourself. And if you need help hammering out the details, send me a message on my Facebook channel, and we'll get together and we'll see if we can't make your goals work a little smoother, figure out what we need to track and what we need to do. As always, if you appreciated this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and have a good day.